iOS 26.4 Beta 2 is out. Here's what's new. iOS 26.3.1 could launch soon as the next iPhone update. Samsung launches Galaxy S26 series and higher prices are basically all that's new. Google has released a new Google Gemini Create Music feature on Google Gemini. Apple's March 4th event, new products and what to expect in today's video. So this week Apple released iOS 26.4 Beta 2 to registered developers and public beta testers. So here's everything that's new in the update. First we have RCS encryption. So now when you text someone and an Android user, like a Samsung user or a Google Pixel user, now you see that says like RCS encrypted and it shows like a little lock icon there. And also the same thing for iPhone users. When you text someone from iPhone to iPhone, it will just say encrypted with iMessage. Also another thing is that a new feature in accessibility called reduce highlight effects. So when you go to display and text size, you can see like a new reduce highlight effects to reduce these effects on the home screen. We also have a new game in the Games app. We also have a new change to the search bar at bottom. So instead of the search bar being separated from like the rest of the UI or like the thing in the bottom, like the little pill in the bottom, it's now like together like how it is in the Apple Store. And instead of being like this in iOS 26.3, it's like this in iOS 26.4. And we also have a more small UI tweaks. So when you press and hold like some features on Control Center and stuff like that, and across the UI in general, instead of being in light mode, it's in dark mode. It also just a lot more glassy in general. Like instead of being tinted glass, it's just like regular liquid glass. That's honestly everything new in iOS 26.4. Are you excited for iOS 26.4? And yeah, let's talk about iOS 26.3.1, which could be coming out in the coming weeks or days. So iOS 26.3.1 could launch soon as the next iPhone update. So it says here that Apple's currently testing iOS 26.3.1, which is a very good sign that Apple might be releasing it to address some bugs and fixes. But what you'll be wondering, when will iOS 26.3.1 be coming out? So in my personal opinion, I think that iOS 26.3.1 will be coming out either this week, possibly. Today recording is 26. Probably this week, or it could be honestly like the first week of March, because iOS 26.4 will be coming out at least on the end of like March or the beginning of April. So that will be happening. So maybe between just March 2nd and March 16th, we might be seeing that release of iOS 26.3. And then for the third beta of iOS 26.4, as we saw, we did get a surprise this week as Apple did release it, and also this week in general has been very full for tech news. But next week, I think we will be seeing beta 3 for iOS 26.4, because next week we'll be seeing the new Apple event, which we talk about the new features and changes in that thing. And also we'll be seeing a lot of new products and new features. So maybe Apple wants to release a new beta to come out as the Apple event happens. So we'll be seeing that thing. So maybe I think it's just gonna be a weekly release schedule with beta 3, beta 4, and then beta 5. I think probably like the 16th. And then on the 23rd, we might be seeing the RC for iOS 26.3 in that week. And then on the 30 or 31st, we'll be seeing the final release of iOS 26.4. I personally think that all of this will be coming out in March. And then for the future releases, I think iOS 26.5 Beta 1 will be happening either the same week that Apple releases iOS 26.4 or the next week of the week of the 5th or the 6th of April. So that week we'll be seeing iOS 26.5. And then for WWDC 2026 of this year, that'll possibly be in the first week of June, usually like June 1st to June 5th. Apple does like a whole week full of events and stuff like that. So I think that's when we will be seeing that. But yeah, that's everything we will be expecting for the coming months. Now let's talk about some Apple news and Android news. So for the Android news this week, we did see Samsung release a new Galaxy S26 series. And honestly, the majority of the features are very minor and not that big this year. But one feature we did see is that in general, just like the camera upgrades are not that big, but the camera bumps are like slightly bigger and thicker. So as you can see here, the camera bump is just like slightly bigger and just has like a rounded ring or like kind of a pill shaped around the cameras. So instead of just being the cameras itself, it's like kind of this rounded ring, which kind of differentiates the Galaxy S25 and the Galaxy S26. And also the major feature for Galaxy S26 Ultra this year is the privacy screen protector, like the privacy in general. So now you don't have to put a privacy screen protector. Now in general, you can now just toggle on or off that feature. So you can have it toggled on so you can just only your eyes can see it and not other else. And you can toggle it off so other people can see it. So one nice thing is that it is built in, so you don't have to like actually like put a screen protector. It's already built in, so you can just put a regular screen protector. I think you'll be fine. But just in general, it did get like a 4,000 mAh battery upgrade, which was slightly bigger, and also super fast charging 3.0 cable of 60 watts of speed. So that's also really fast compared to the iPhone there. But just in general, like it wasn't very like updates this year, but yeah, that's also in general, and the price is the same. But yeah, will you be buying a new Galaxy S26 Ultra this year? Google also released a new feature for Create Music and Google Gemini. So when you go on the Gemini app or the Gemini website, you'll see a new feature called Create Music. So you can just click Create Music. It'll give you a variety of options with rap, pop music, K-pop. It'll give you about anything. So you can just select a genre you want it to be. And also you can like preview the genre, like how it's going to sound. And then you can describe what the song you want to be. So I actually did make a song. I made a story about it like a few days ago. So I made a song, and it was like, I made it about RAM and technology and stuff. And it was like a rap song. So make sure you listen to it on my short. I'm not going to put it here, but make sure you listen to it on my short. But yeah, I did make the song. It was honestly really good. Like just taking the fact that it was an AI making this, that was honestly really good. So just in general, and it was 30 seconds long. So it's like not just a full-length song like a 2-minute song. It's like a really short song. But in general, it's just like a really good new feature. And the nice thing is it is available for all plans, like from free plan, pro plan. Anyone can have it, so I was able to test it out with my free plan. But yeah, will you be trying out the new Gemini feature on Google Gemini? Speaking of new features, Apple will be releasing new products next week on March 4th. So here are the 5 new products we could be expecting next week. So first thing is that the former will be an in-person event for press, possibly following multiple day launches. So it's not gonna be like a usual Apple event like September Apple events. It's not gonna be on YouTube Live and all that stuff. It's just gonna be like a press releases. People are gonna go to the Apple Store in New York, just like look at the products and stuff. It's gonna be like a little announcement, and they might actually like just release a small YouTube video, like a 10-minute YouTube video, speaking about new products and stuff like that on YouTube. So it's gonna be really short, and the products we could be expecting are the iPhone 17e with the A19 chip, center stage camera, and MagSafe. So honestly, it's going to be a really solid upgrade from iPhone 16e to iPhone 17e because you'll be getting the A19 chip, which is capable of Apple Intelligence, and also the new center stage front camera, which is honestly a really nice feature. And also, who knows if we're going to have a dynamic island. Like, I'm really curious if we're going to finally have the dynamic island, because if we do, that means the iPhone 16 will be the final iPhone with the notch, which has been around since I think the iPhone 10, so it's going to be a really major upgrade if we do get the dynamic island. And also the MagSafe, so MagSafe wasn't in I think the iPhone 16e, so we will be getting on the iPhone 17. Also, the other thing is a new base iPad with also the A18 chip for Apple Intelligence support. Just a chip upgrade for the base iPad. Also the new M4 iPad Air, the same thing, there's a new chip upgrade, and also some few other tweaks and changes coming there. Also a new MacBook, so maybe just like a cheaper MacBook, like a $799 MacBook with like the iPhone chip, with fun colors, low cost, and the A18 Pro chip. So an iPhone chip will be coming to a MacBook instead of having an M chip. We also have the new M5 MacBook Air. So I currently have here an M4 MacBook Air, so just be getting a new refresh update and like a new chip upgrade, and also just refresh colors. We also have a new MacBook Pro with the M5 Pro and M5 Max chip. Same thing, we're having a new chip upgrade. Also the M5 Max Studio, so the Max Studio will be getting a new M5 chip. Here's also one big thing, is also the Apple Studio Display 2, so that thing hasn't gone like an upgrade since like 2019, so we'll be seeing an upgrade there, and also with 120Hz ProMotion display and HDR support to watch HDR videos. And last but not least, the second Mac display with 2 Mac displays coming, so this might be a new Pro XDR display. So just in general, very minor updates. I think most people are looking forward to the iPhone 17e, but are you excited for the Apple event on March 4th?
Also did see that author David Pro shares a new first look at the upcoming Apple 50 Years book. So it says here that David Pro will be releasing a new 50 Years book. As you can see, one funny thing is that that has like the new iPod Shuffle, like the iPod wheel right there. So it's really nice, and that does say a lot of Apple right there. But it will be kind of expensive. It will be like $46. I'm putting here from Amazon. It's gonna be really expensive as we saw there, but yeah, it's gonna be really expensive. And I think on the Kindle it is $20. The audiobook is free with a free trial, and the audio CD is $65. So will you be buying this book? And most likely it will be just about Apple products, and I might actually be buying this book. But who knows, if I do buy this book, I will be having it right here. But yeah, honestly, this looks like a really nice book, and it's gonna be really good. So we also have that WhatsApp is finally working on scheduled messages. So as we all know, Apple has had this for a long time right now. I think Apple has had this like since iOS 17, where like you go to the plus sign, click send later, and you can choose from anything from a variety for like up to a month right now. So I can literally send a video or like a message from up to a month right now. You can choose any time. So also really nice, and I think WhatsApp will be probably finally getting this. So it's finally working on it. So we still don't know we'll be getting it, but we'll be working on it as we did see, like when you go to group information, you'll be seeing like a new schedule messages feature, so you can just like see right there, it just says schedule messages. It just says 2 there. And also, one thing I did notice from this picture, it does have like a new liquid glasses sign, which that's kind of weird because I did see that it had like a new liquid glasses sign, which honestly is really curious because we haven't seen the liquid glasses sign yet, or at least I haven't gotten it yet. It's still like the flat design from iOS 18, but who knows, we might be seeing a new liquid glass design. But yeah, this does hint at some new stuff that WhatsApp is working on. Recently, Apple has released a new update for Apple Sports that had enhanced features with key features and expansion changes. So here are the new leagues that you can now follow follow on Apple Sports. We have Campeonato Brasileiro Serie A, Categoria Primera A, Liga de Primera, Liga Pro, Liga Professional de Fútbol, Primera División del Perú, and lastly, Apple Sports is also expanding support for the following leagues and teams with Latin America and Caribbean. So now you can use this for Latin America and Caribbean. So if you have any teams, you can now also do this. And now you can also follow the men's and women's NCAA tournaments in real time. So as we all know, March Madness is coming up really shortly. I think tomorrow's already March, so yeah, it's coming up really shortly, but now you can follow that on the Apple Sports app. We have that Apple's upcoming AI smart glasses are starting to sound a lot more exciting than they do. So it says here that might be really similar to the Meta Ray-Bans, which the Meta Ray-Bans honestly like a collaboration with Meta and the Ray-Bans, so in general. So you can like click on a button and you can like just record it in front of you, which did make like the Meta Ray-Bans really popular in general. And also like the new Meta AI, which you can just tell it Meta AI, what is this, what is that, like it's honestly really nice. And yeah, that's honestly what we're expecting. Like it's gonna have Apple Intelligence, which, oh my god, it's gonna have Apple Intelligence. It's gonna be something, but who knows? Maybe Apple Intelligence, by the time this releases, Apple Intelligence might be nice, but who knows? We could be expecting that like really soon, but we'll just have to wait and see what comes. WhatsApp is also adding a new font called Spoiler. So when you're texting on WhatsApp, you can be able to like hold on the text. You'll see like the format, bold, italics, straight for monoscape, and then spoiler. So you can just change the format. And again, like I said, it has the liquid glass design, which is convincing me that WhatsApp is hiding us something, but do you have the liquid glass design on your iPhone? So we also have some rumors for the new M6 Macbook Pro, which will be coming possibly in late October or early November. But a new feature or new features and leaks we did see is that we might be seeing a new dynamic island coming to the MacBook Pro, which is gonna be like exactly like the dynamic on the iPhone 16. It's probably gonna have like live activities, direct to music, you name it, it's gonna be there. So it's gonna be like the dynamic island. And also one big thing I did see is that we'll be seeing the new touchscreen display coming to the MacBook, which honestly is really nice because how come my Chromebook that's like $200 has like touchscreen and my MacBook doesn't? It's also really weird, but like we finally will be seeing touchscreen on that, and it will have the feature to toggle it on or off. So if you don't want to have it on, you just like turn it off. But finally we'll be seeing touchscreen on the MacBook. But that's the 2 leaks I did see. But yeah, you're excited for the M6 MacBook Pro coming later this year. So that's everything new we saw from this week. We did see the new release of iOS 26.3 Beta 2, which it was really massive. It was really nice. It had like very few features and changes. We also saw the Google Gemini's new feature to create music, which honestly was really nice. I did make a sure about it to make sure to watch it, or just like click the card right here. And also we did see the new Samsung Galaxy S26, which had very few features changes, almost none at all. But we did see the new privacy screen, which honestly is really nice. But yeah, thanks for watching, and see you next time.